Now, I would like to invite Dr. Virginia Wright to the stage, and she will introduce the next segment of today's program. Virginia, over to you.
Thank you, Jennifer. I'm extremely pleased to invite everyone who has joined us today to now celebrate Dr. Tom Chau's 2 terms as Vice President of Research and Director of the Bloorview Research Institute. He recently concluded his second 5-year term on September 30th, 2022. Over the next 25 inspiring minutes, we will hear from our senior leadership, scientists, students, and our clients and families who will share their reflections, stories, and insights on the transformational impact that Dr. Chau has had, not just on our research and hospital community, but across Canada and around the world. So I would like now to invite Julia Hanigsberg, our President and CEO of Holland Bloorview, back to the stage to say a few words. Julia.
Well, thank you so much, Virginia. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful morning at the symposium today. And what a terrific last presentation to lead off to our celebration of Dr. Tom Chau, who himself is a gifted musician and someone for whom music is so important. As Virginia said, this is an opportunity, one of 2 opportunities, in fact, over the course of the next number of hours, where we're going to be celebrating 10 years of extraordinary scientific leadership. The 10 years that Dr. Tom Chau was the VP of Research at Holland Bloorview Kids Rehabilitation Hospital and the director of the Bloorview Research Institute. I think many of you will know that Tom joined our organization back in 1999 as a young engineer after a brief career in the private sector, and motivated by his own passion, his passion for making a difference in the lives of children with disabilities. He decided that Holland Bloorview was the place that he wanted to spend his career. Now, I could spend a very long time talking about Tom's many scientific accomplishments. I could talk about the 2 research chairs that he holds, his hundreds of refereed scientific articles with thousands of citations, his dozen patents, of course, his tens of millions of dollars of research grants and industry sponsorships. But really today is about acknowledging and celebrating the leadership of research. And so much of that comes from the very special spark that is Tom Chau. His vision, his belief, his passion around communication, his belief that every person has a human right to be able to communicate their opinions, their thoughts, their own passions, and wanting to make sure that in everything he did, he sparked that same passion for research, that same passion for impact and change in the lives of young people that he has. It was his own spark that brought him to the creation of the PRISM lab. His lab, PRISM, stands for Pediatric Rehabilitation Intelligent Systems Multidisciplinary. All the things that are the hallmarks of the research that Tom Chau has done over the course of his exceptional career with his team of staff and as a full professor at the University of Toronto's Institute of Biomedical Engineering. And of course, as an important voice on our senior management team. Again, I could talk about all of Tom's accomplishments, his hundreds of media appearances, and of course, his awards of great reputation, such as the Order of Ontario and the Governor General's Innovation Award. The commercialization of assistive technologies, such as the Hummingbird, pediatric brain-computer interface, and the virtual music instrument, just to name a few, have made life-changing impacts on the lives of children and youth. And of course, he is a tireless advocate for ensuring that children are given the tools that they need to express those thoughts, wishes, preference, and emotions and opinions. Whether those words are the names of a beloved caregiver or of a favorite video game, whatever those words are, Tom's passion is making sure that children can find a way to express themselves. This all comes from his belief in the inherent human worth and dignity of every child, and his extraordinary compassion and empathy, and the humility with which he carries out his work every day. And it's truly a benchmark that few of us will ever be able to surpass. I would say it probably surprised many who know him, and there are many here on this screen who've known Tom for a very long time, including Mickey Milner, Dr. Milner, who's still with us for this part of our day. It probably surprised many people that he chose to put himself in the running for VP of Research. I think people probably wondered, you mean Tom's going to spend time at senior management team meetings instead of in his lab? He's going to go to all those boring things that executives at hospitals have to do instead of being in PRISM and working with kids and families, the thing that we all know he loves. In fact, not too long ago, Tom told me that his predecessor asked him the question, so if you were the VP, would you be able to start following some rules? Well, he must have convinced her that he would be willing to follow a rule or two. And that's how Tom became the VP of Research back in 2012. And I've been fortunate enough to work with him since I became CEO here in January of 2015. I suppose it wouldn't come as a surprise to any of you that while he made that commitment to Sheila Jarvis, my predecessor, I don't think Tom would ever follow any rule that would get in the way of his work and our collective work making an impact on the lives of children and families. And it's that North Star, how research will make the greatest difference in the lives of children and families. What in our last strategic plan we call Discover for Action, that really is the beginning of the journey to what we have come to know as Grow Holland Bloorview Research. It was Tom's leadership, Tom's vision, really a glint in Tom's eye that emboldened us to imagine a new state-of-the-art research space, collaborative by design, containing new technology never before available here at Holland Bloorview, including a fully child-friendly, fully accessible, immersive research MRI. It was that vision that set us on a bold path to a $32 million campaign to build the largest research expansion in our 124-year history. And this monumental effort solidifies us on a journey to be the international epicenter of childhood disability research and a beacon of hope for children that live with disability and their families. During Tom's tenure, the BRI's external funding and number of peer-reviewed publications have doubled. There have been 14 academic promotions, and Tri-Council funding has increased by 25%. Tom also has a passionate commitment to inclusion, diversity, equity, accessibility, and anti-racism in the conduct of research and in access to research careers. Under his leadership, the highly competitive Ward Family Summer Student Research Internship has offered streams for Indigenous students and for students with disabilities. Seized by the injustice of systemic anti-Black racism in science, Tom wanted to ensure that opportunities to pursue a research career in childhood disability research were available to Black scientists. To that end, he launched a new fellowship program, Embark, or Empowering Black Academics, Researchers, and Knowledge Creators. This program gives young Black scholars an opportunity to grow their research interests in the field of childhood disability and surmount the documented systemic barriers to successful careers in research for Black scientists. We are so, so grateful to have had the wisdom and the leadership of Tom Chau over the past 10 years. I think I speak for all of us when I say very personally and from my heart that I've learned so much from Tom. And I've been forever transformed in my knowledge, in my beliefs, in my ability to see a better future for working with him. His empathy and compassion have also made a huge impact over the past 3 years as our hospital, as across the country and the world, we have weathered the pandemic and all the challenges it has created. We simply could not have asked for a better leader, not only a leader of research, a better leader, period, during such a difficult time. Families are always what's going to matter most to Tom. And now it's my very great pleasure to invite Manuela Comito, who's an active member of the active member of Research Family Leadership at Holland Bloorview, and is a member of the hospital's Research Family Engagement Committee, to say a few words about Tom Chau's remarkable impact on clients and families. Manuela?
Hello, everyone. I'm very honored today to be here in this, be part of this great celebration. And I'm really happy to express personally in behalf of the other family leader, a great gratitude for the tremendous contribution that Tom has made in these years to the family engagement research program, and especially in the process of enabling the family engagement in all aspects of the research process. Tom was one of the first person from the Holland Bloorview staff to welcome me when I started this journey as a family leader. When I became a family leader, I was still quite new to the country, and I wasn't sure if being part of this program was the right choice. And I remember that at the end of one of my very first RFAC meeting, Tom welcomed me as a new member, and we started a conversation about my thought and opinions regarding some topics we were discussing at that time. And during that conversation, I really had a sense of how much he cared about family and client, and how much he was interested in our perspective and suggestions. And I was quite surprised and pleased at the same time. And here I am, after 10 years, I'm still part of this incredible program. I think that the difference between an organization that is consistent with its vision and keep its promises and an organization that doesn't are the people who work there. In all this year, in his role as VP of Research and Director of the BRI, Tom has always embodied the values and the vision of the Holland Bloorview, having an extraordinary impact on the BRI community. People like Tom are those who make things happen because they turn a vision into real action and into result. They're really life-changing for kids with disability and their family. Tom's role was fundamental in the process of revolutionizing the family participation in research on Holland Bloorview. Today, client and family are not only research participants, but they are also partners and co-designers. This was possible because Tom really believed in the contribution that the family lived experiences can bring to research and never give up on this amazing project, even during difficult times. Today at Holland Bloorview, we can be really proud of a robust FER program that represents an example and inspiration for other organizations. So today, I want to really thank you, Tom, for this amazing, especially for this amazing achievement of changing the way of seeing the role of family in the research process. Changing people's vision and perspective is the hardest, but the most essential step in an innovation process. At the Holland Bloorview, it has been demonstrated that the partnership family researchers is needed, is possible, and can lead to incredible results. We can thank Tom for the amazing role he played in this process. Tom belongs to a group of people that truly believes that the world can change in better, in a more inclusive and compassionate society, with a stronger, more innovative healthcare system, and where stigma and barrier faced by kids with disability disappear. He believed that this change is possible only when the right people work hard together with commitment, courage, compassion, and excellence. So in this year, as VP of Research, he has engaged and connected the right people to drive cutting-edge research and discovery to really improve the health and well-being of kids with disability and their families. His expertise, passion, commitment, and determination have had a tremendous impact on the creation of meaningful partnership between staff and family in the BRI research community. So thank you, Tom, for believing that every child needs to be celebrated and for sharing the family vision that this world can become a better place for kids with disability, and for working so hard to make this vision an actual project and a partial reality. Thank you for being such an amazing mentor, guide, support, and inspiration and encouragement for the Holland Bloorview community and future generation of researchers. Thank you for everything you've done for the Holland Bloorview community, for kids with disability and their family in Canada, all around the world, and all the best. A Prism love.
Thank you so much, Manuela. That was just beautiful and so moving. And I know you speak on behalf of all the families whose lives have been touched by Tom. Now we have another very special message of appreciation. Greg, can I ask you to play our next video?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Clown Headquarters. We are celebrating someone very special. Get your hands together for a Mr. Tom Chau. And a Nurse Flutter. Nurse Flutter.
We love you, Mr. Tom Chau.
That's all right. Thank you so much, kiddo. Mr. Tom Chau, thank you for your leadership and your ongoing research.
Yes, thank you so much for everything that you do.
Oh, that's all right. She's a cute one, isn't she? Thank you so much for your dedication to this hospital, your ongoing generous donations, and your continued support for the clowns. We thank you and we love you. Thank you from the top of our brains to the bottom of our hearts. We love you, Tom Chau. Congratulations. Nurse Flutter. Oh, Mama Mia.
Thank you. We love you. Thank you. We wanted to say, we always make our day.
Congratulations, Mr. Tom Chau.
Thank you, Mr. Tom Chau.
Woohoo! We love you.
We love you, Mr. Tom Chau.
Well, Tom, you know that everybody loves you, but the therapeutic clowns love you a whole lot. And for those who don't know, Tom and his team have been great fundraisers for the therapeutic clown program at Holland Bloorview. Thank you so much to the clowns, and thank you, Tom, for always supporting them in all their work. Now, you, if you know Tom at all, will know how important trainees are to him. In fact, at last year's symposium, Tom said, our graduate students are the undeniable source of new ideas. Never lose faith in your ideas. Stick with them, even if people are terrified of them. Those ideas are our hope for a better world. It's my great pleasure to introduce our BRI trainee co-chairs, Kieran Wheatley and Daniela Testani, to say a few words next.
Thank you so much, Julia. I don't know how we're supposed to, follow the therapeutic clowns, but we're going to try. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Daniela. I'm a second-year PhD student working under the supervision of Dr. Darcy Failings in the CP Discovery Lab.
Hi there, my name is Kieran. I'm a second-year master's student working under the supervision of Dr. Derek Beal in the Connect Lab, and we are your Bright co-chairs for the 2022-2023 academic year.
So we'll just speak a bit to what the Bright Committee really is. So the Bloorview Research Institute Trainee Executive, or Bright, is a trainee-run committee that provides support to students through a number of different initiatives, including academic and non-academic opportunities. We aim to support and improve trainee development through sharing relevant information and resources from the BRI, organizing social and professional development events, providing opportunities for networking, increasing student leadership in Holland Bloorview's department collaborations. And on behalf of the Bright Committee and all of the trainees here at Holland Bloorview, we are delighted to speak to Dr. Tom Chau's leadership within the Bloorview Research Institute for the past decade. His innovation and skill have impacted the trainee experience greatly, and we appreciate his dedication to this community. From the trainee perspective, we are particularly impacted by his leadership in supporting the Grow Holland Bloorview research campaign, which has included an 11,000 square foot building expansion, the largest research expansion in Holland Bloorview history. The new BRI floor has created a safe and inclusive space for trainees and other integral research personnel to collaborate. We know that from the trainee experience specifically, we are so grateful for an accessible and collaborative environment to create new possibilities within pediatric research.
Additionally, his role in installing Canada's first research MRI suite has had a direct impact for the research skills possible for trainees such as myself to gain at home Bloorview. So that's been incredible for my time here. And then Tom's dedication to the BRI trainees for the past decade has provided mentorship opportunities and aided to further their careers in childhood disability research, particularly within the networking event that the Bright Committee was able to host last year. Dr. Chau made it abundantly clear the importance of supporting trainees and of enabling the next generation of scientists. So we hope to continue these events and these opportunities that we were able to start within the upcoming years. Even so, Daniela and I had just recently hosted a fundraiser bake sale for the BRI, supporting the therapeutic clowns, and Tom was our best customer of the day. So thank you again. Even though he actually was the one who agreed to match all donations, so even better. We would also like to thank him for creating an Indigenous and lived experience stream to the Ward Summer Student Program. Many Ward Summer students continue their research careers as trainees, and allowing opportunities for important voices within our communities is integral in creating meaningful research that includes everyone. At this time, we would also like to acknowledge Dr. Darcy Failings and Dr. Virginia Wright for stepping in as interim vice president of research after Dr. Chau. So we would like to take this time to congratulate Dr. Edvikia Anagasto as the new Vice President of Research and Director of the Bloorview Research Institute starting this coming year. So we're looking forward to learning from her breadth of experience and collaborating to continue to create meaningful opportunities for research trainees. So congratulations, and thank you again, Dr. Tom Chau.
Thank you so much, Kieran and Daniela. And now it is my very great pleasure to invite Tom to say a few words. Welcome, Tom.
Thank you, Julia. And thank you, Kieran and Daniela and Julia for your earlier comments, and Manuela and our beloved clowns for all your kind remarks. It's truly been the utmost privilege and blessing to have served as your VP of Research over the last decade. I've learned more than I ever could have ever imagined from all of you, not just about science, but also about being a caring human being, about being persistent in time of trial, about being humble in time of success, and being a tireless servant to others at all other times. You modeled these virtues to me and among many others, and for that, I'm deeply grateful. Let me take the opportunity to say a number of thank yous. So I want to first thank our families. Thank you for your partnership and openness to sharing your stories and allowing us to partake in a small way in your family journeys. Thank you for all that you bring to the research enterprise, reviewing grants, advising on projects, teaching our students, serving on search committees, to name a few of the many responsibilities you've willingly taken on. I want to thank the senior management team as I was reflecting on the last 10 years. Thanks for letting me sit at the executive table for the last decade. You are the most righteous and principled team of individuals I've ever worked with. You uphold client and family well-being as paramount and show extraordinary compassion to staff. In making decisions, you, the senior management team, contemplate a plurality of perspectives, prudently considering many factors, including but not limited to impact on clients and families and staff, health system dynamics, external funding environment, physical plant, institutional risk, public health, government policy, donor relations, and so much more. Senior management team, your example of leadership has inspired me to be a better leader. I'd like to thank also our operations team, various roles, finance, grants and contracts, systems, communications, human resources, Office of Human Research Protection, special project staff, MRI staff. These folk are the Research Institute's F1 stop crew, the boiler room crew of the SSBRI, the administrative ER team whose suture lacerations sustained on research accounts. They urgently splint fractured grant applications. They are your stage crew for BRI events like today. They are your back office, front office, customer service, customer complaints office. In short, they do it all. They keep BRI running when everyone has been tucked into bed. So many thanks. Our operations, growth strategy, and commercialization directors. One of the greatest privileges that I had as VP of Research was the chance to work alongside Nadia Tanel, Chrissy Doyle Thomas, Sharon Wong, and Manny Kang, who all served as directors at different times during my tenure. BRI has been so blessed with a succession of stellar leaders in these portfolios. Unequivocally, the Research Institute could not have made the progress we did in the last decade without the selfless giving and sheer excellence of these individuals. Research assistants, research coordinators, research managers, research engineers, KT specialists, game developers, trial managers, and other research staff, you truly are the front line of research. Thank you for your uncountable contributions, especially through changes, experiments, my fumbles, second tries, and sometimes third tries at getting things right. As a staff contingent, you have been a model of dedication to clients and families. Scientists, what can I say? Thanks for the generous parting gift from Bay of Spirit, which is an Indigenous art museum. That gift really means a lot to me. And I'm truly thankful for having had the opportunity to learn about your research. It has been an unspeakable joy to witness your individual career successes, your promotions, landing Tri-Council grants, winning awards and external recognitions, chair appointments, and much more. Thank you for your faith in me and for overlooking my many shortcomings. Trainees at all levels, undergrad, summer students, masters, PhD students, internship students, postdocs, you are our future. You are the future of childhood disability. Thank you to the scores of trainees for your inspiring contributions to science. And last but not least, my lab. I was absent for dinner too often, but you learned to eat without me, and then eventually stopped putting out my place setting. Sorry about my absence. You can now take down the signs entitled Missing PI, Reward if Found. I've returned, but I'm a bit older, a bit slower, and a trifle more forgetful. Please welcome me back. What have you to lose? As a scientific discipline, we really have come so far in the last decade. You think about the advancements in autism, the early interventions like social ABCs, which were nascent 10 years ago, are now being implemented across Canada. The Holly anxiety meter, challenging diagnostic labels from a neurological perspective, transforming autism diagnoses by engaging community physicians and identifying predictors of accurate diagnoses. Unraveling the weaponizing of autism, emerging advances in knowledge related to rare subtypes of neurodevelopmental disorders. Therapy games are now on the world stage: Buddha Blast, virtual reality therapy, screenplay, Pearl Interactives, the 3D printing of prosthetics and orthotics, biofeedback and prostheses, brain-computer interfaces, powered exoskeletons and local math, challenge modules for assessing motor skills, measurement of motor learning strategies, care pathways for cerebral palsy, including those for dystonia, osteoporosis, early detection of CP, the development of the CP registry. We didn't have a neuromodulation hub 10 years ago. We didn't have a scientist named Derek, nor the tools to understand neurodiversity. And now we are developing new brain stimulation interventions. Concussion research, hard to believe, but 10 years ago, we didn't have any. Now we have a robust program in persistent concussion, return to play assessments, mental health screening, and care. Over the last 10 years, our scientists have heightened the understanding of human dimensions of care, the value of laughter and foolishness, the meaning of transition in the face of life-limiting conditions. We weren't even thinking about the design and impact of childhood spaces, never mind inclusive playgrounds, travel, flying, or housing. And I have to mention also the scientific advances relating to conversations about weight, physical activity, sexuality, mental health, and simulations, solution-focused coaching, listening skills, establishing a robust body of evidence that now supports residential immersive life skills programs, Spiral Garden, Lego robotics, and understanding the factors to promote friendship making. Workplace disclosure tools, employment readiness evaluations, employment accommodations, workplace inclusion. This long list, I could go on, but these are just a small sampling of scientific contributions that the Research Institute has made in the last decade. 10 years ago, we as a research institute boldly took on a challenge to rethink the prevailing conceptions of children and youth with disabilities, to better understand their experiences, and to reevaluate the developmental, rehabilitation, and social opportunities, or lack thereof, afforded to them. With families as full partners, we took on a challenge to bring about transformational change in the lives of children with disabilities through excellence in science. And together, we've made a lot of progress. And today, it's time to rethink childhood disability, to imagine how excellence in science can help usher a future where every child will be included at school, summer camp, in parks and playgrounds, in airports and restaurants. It's time to imagine once again how scientific innovation can carve an audacious new path for childhood disability, a path through a land of previously unvisited theories, across oceans of unanswered questions and yet unposed hypotheses, a time for science to shape a future overflowing with hope, fascination, wonder, curiosity, and a spirit of exploration. Are these not the most beloved qualities of a child? Rethinking childhood disability, imagination, innovation, inclusion. Hats off to the planning committee for a very good theme and tagline. I'm excited about our new strategic plan at Holland Bloorview. I'm stoked about the future of childhood disability as a scientific discipline. And I'm really eager to see where all of you will take us in the next few years. I'm particularly thrilled that Dr. Evdokia Agnostou will be at the helm of BRI as Holland Bloorview's next VP of Research. And in a few years, there'll be no one who cannot pronounce Evdokia's name. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Tom. It's been wonderful celebrating you virtually this afternoon. And for those of us who are able to be here this evening, it will be wonderful to continue celebrating you in person in the Coriat Atrium later today.